Let us let us reason together. Farmers who are in diaspora, let us reason together. Before you start giving your money to those in Africa, there is something you must do, because you are the one that is in charge of your vision. You are the one that is in charge of, you are the one that is seeing your the investments, how it should run. You are the one that is seeing your investments, that is seeing that vision, that is seeing where you want to invest. And those who are on ground do not even have idea. They don't have the passion. They are not moved. They are only moved by your money. When you tell them, I would like to use 5 million to invest in poultry farming, they are happy because they have a place to get some fund for themselves. Yes, most of them, majority of them, they don't use the exact fund for the business. Why? Because it is not their vision. They are how to go about those things. So those in diaspora, for those who does not have reliable persons to run your farm, two things you should do. It is either you look for a professional in that field to manage the farm for you, or you come by yourself to set your farm running. To set your farm running. You know, when you want to start your vehicle engine, if you are starting it, you need force, you need engagement, it needs your presence. But when you have started it, you can leave the key, you can come out of the car and travel. That engine will keep working. You know why? They have set up fuel. Fuel is there to make it keep running. The oil is there. All the facility that the engine needs to run without the person who owns it is already in place. Then who owns it can now start it and go and rest and go and sleep. So is farming. Those in diaspora, if you don't want to run your farm amiss, you know you don't have reliable source to manage your farm, you better come yourself to set it running. If you are planning for 10 acres, if you are planning for 10 acres, do not ensure you have over 20 million, over 25 million. What is 10 acres? Yes, for a start. Then have another one for what? For mobility. Have another one for mobility. For those who are thinking of 50 acres, I'm not talking about cassava farm, I'm talking about plantain farming. You are thinking of 50 acres. You must have that resources first before you start 50 acres. Yes, you must have above the size of farm. You must have a resources above the size of farm you wish to farm before you start the farming. Yes, you must have above it before you can now start. Don't have less than, because you will end up losing everything. You will end up losing everything. When you don't have the resources to manage your farm anymore, after setting up your farm, you don't have extra resources to take care of it, to harvest. You know, it's when you start harvesting your farm, that's when you start getting returns. But not when you start that the profits start coming. You know, from the beginning of your farming to your harvest, to the when you harvest, even when you harvest, if you don't have vehicle, even if you have vehicle, you're still going to buy fuel to move to your farm to take it to. So the expenses keep running. So it will get to time. At first, your expenditure will be higher than your 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 return, your sales. Yes, maybe before you start selling, you have spent over 6 million now, or 7 million. You sell for the first month, you are only privileged to get 500,000. You sell for the second month, you got 1.5. You sell for the third month, you can be getting up to 5 million. Add them together, you just have about 7 million. You sell for the fourth month, you are at the fifth month, you have already overpower your investments, your expenses. You have run above your expenses now. Seventh month is there, eighth month is there. So the more you keep spending, the more the farm keeps going. Your plantain farm can last for over 30 years. Can last for over 30 years. So in the first year of your farming, plantain farming, you can not even the first year. When your harvest starts, within the 3 months of your harvest, you have already um, made above your expenditures. So every other thing you are going to keep making thereafter is just part of your profits. You get it? You get it? That is how plantain farming is. And I'm sure other farming also have um, their way of profits, like poultry. I know poultry profit is slow, but plantain profit is very fast to make your profits, and the profit just keep going on. After 2 years, you are now making profits. You are no longer running at loss. So if you keep following the pattern of cultivation, we call it best farming practice, and only professional can give you that key. And although you can also learn it yourself, if you put yourself into study and doing science, you'll be able to get this key. But it takes time. It takes time. But if you want to follow shortcuts, you have to spend money to follow shortcuts and pass through professionals who are into that field. Please, not only I'm not talking about plantain farm alone. I'm only privileged to be one of the professionals in plantain farming. There are other professionals who are scientific plantain farmers in Africa, in Nigeria. So anyone you are able to follow through, you start making progress. And I use this medium to call on every professional plantain farmers gather here. Let's start knowing ourselves. You are a scientific plantain farmer in Africa. We should start liaising with ourselves, because there's a vision. There is where we must take this farming to. So let's start liaising with ourselves. Let's start discussion. There should be a time we should come together, even if it is 2 or 3, where 2 or 3 are gathered. If one is able to move one mountain, 2 or 3 will move 10 mountains. So wherever you are, gather here. Let's start talking to ourselves so that we can plan a day where we hold a conference to entertain those who are joining the industries. Conference or a meeting or a podcast to discuss extensively on this farming. Thank you very much for participating on this episode today. We look forward to seeing you in our next episode, which is going to be episode 19 of our From Free Farming Mentorship Series for this year. Thank you for participating. Those who are not following my page yet, don't waste time. Go to my YouTube at MDShorts 5-star and start following that page. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Bye.